So here we have the Etabs second lecture. Here we will learn about the things that we have already learned a basic touch of it. So click on this new model. So to start the procedure with the Etabs, you have learned that in the last class. What is it? So we'll directly go to use built-in settings because we are the beginner, and metric SI Indian, and IS 800 2007 and IS 456 2000. Click OK. Here is the grid only system in which we will work, but here I want to tell you about the customized grid spacing. Here I will click on edit grid data, and in this edit grid data, this is the grid system name, right? G1 is the grid system name. Display grid data as ordinate and display grid data as spacing. We'll understand the difference between these two. But for timing, you should know that this is the ABCD. Just a second. Yeah, this is ABCD. This is 1 2 3 4, and this is ABCD. X-axis is ABCD. Y-axis is 1 2 3 4. Right. So here's the x ordinate. That is the distance between the x ordinate, and here's the distance between the y ordinate. Here is the bubble lock. What does this bubble means? So bubble is this one. This is the bubble, right? So this is the bubble, and you want to change those bubbles from like lock. If you want to keep it as the end or both, so it will appear at start and at the end both. But if you will keep it at the start only, it will appear at the start only. And if you want to keep it at the end, it will be appearing at the end. Okay, it is going from bottom to top, and it is going from left to right. That's why it is at the top and this is at the end. Yes. So now if you want to add more grid ID in this, so click on this add. Automatically it will add, and accordingly distance is going to take by itself, like it is going in the intervals of 8, right? Similarly goes with the Y grid also. Here you have the bubble size and you have the grid color, so you can select any color, whichever the color you want it to be, and click OK. So automatically your grid will be visible in that color. And so let's keep it back to gray and click OK. So I'm going to keep it as grayish color, right? Or this color will be good. Yeah. So whichever color you want, you can keep it for your convenience, according to the convenience that you will be having it. Right, and then here you can give the name of that grid, whichever the grid you want. Here you can give the size of the bubble. Right, if you want to keep it as 2000, let's enter. Automatically the size of the bubble is going to increase. So I'm not going to keep it as that. I will keep it as it was before, 1250. Yes, okay. And then we have to just click OK. But here I'm not going to click OK. I'm going to click cancel because I want to show you there in the system on the interface how it is going to work. Click on grid only and click OK. That's it. And custom grid, not grid, uniform grid spacing. Grid only. And here is the simple story data: number of stories, typical story height, and bottom story height. Bottom story height means the bottommost story, how much is the height, and typical story height means, so typical means the floor is going to get repeated over there. That's what the typical means. Number of stories, then how many number of stories you want, right? So click OK. Here in this, you have the two windows. One is your plan, one is your 3D, and here is the model explorer. So let's close the two. I mean, those windows. So we are going to first understand this plan. Plan view first. So first of all, you have to go in the options, and here is the graphics color. Click on the display option. From here you can select the different color for the background screen. See, if you are working for so long time, then you will automatically get exhausted with the color, or it will affect your eyes. For that, there is an option in the screen. There is a white background. You can change it to black and then click OK. Once you do that, it will be looking to you in the comfortable situation. If you are working for so long, definitely you will be working for so long, so you can switch out color of the screen so that it will be able to greatly useful or helpful to analyze the structure, right? So here you have the options in that. Go for graphics color mode display, and here you can change it from black to white background and click OK. So back to, because we are at the beginner level, so we'll start with as by default what is the given options is there in Etabs, right? Okay, now here in Etabs you have options as in this options as model explorer, right? If you click on this model explorer, the tab will appear in front of you like this. So why this is important, model explorer, why it is so much important? So we have the project, we have structure layout, we have properties, structure object, groups, nodes, and all these things. This is important because everything will be going step by step procedure. in this. First you have start with the project, then structure layout, then properties, structure object, groups, loads, named output items, and then input. This is why you will be not at first level, at the time of starting the project, you will not be having that kind of problem with the these things, with all these things, right? You will not be having problem with the steps. You will just have to follow it accordingly, and that's a thumbs up sign. In here, in this Etabs, the positive side of this is you are on the track. Like, you can keep a track record of your project, where the project is, right? Where your project is, wherever you want to do the improvement. That is the use of the model. So let's close this now for time being. I just wanted to tell you, but you should keep it on your side. Now, in this plan view, we are, so let's understand this file edit option. In this file, you will be only using import, export, save as, right? And new model sometimes. And here in this edit, you have the option as edit stories and grid system. So I told you, like, if you want to add one more story directly, click on this quick add story. Automatically it will add to one story. And here is the grid name that we have already given at the start. So here is, click on add new grid system. Okay, if you click on this, a dialog box will appear in front of you, right? So I'm not interested in this one. So let's learn this modify or show grid system. I hope you must remember at the start we were talking about this. So now you can alter the things better, whichever you want. Like, if you want to add one more grid to this, you can add it. If you want to add in y-axis also, if you want to add y-axis, add it. If you want to add it in x-axis also, you can add it. So now you can change the distance also over here. For B, let's change it to 5, and for C, let's change it to 15. And here you keep it as 20, and here you keep it as 30. Similarly, so you can change the thing, and you can see the distance differences over here. Then similarly, you can go with the y-axis also. Like, you can change the distance as 10, then you can keep it as 19 or something like this. I'm just taking it randomly. Then you can keep it as 25, and here you can keep it as 30. So this is just a random grid. I'm making it in front of you, just putting up the values and seeing it back. And then finally you just click OK. Nothing you have to do. Just click OK. Here also just click OK. So you will be seeing the difference over here, right? In this plan. Again, you have an edit. You have the edit stories and grid system in this. But let me open a new window. So now this is the working criteria. If you're working in a plan, and if you're working in the thing of the grid system, then you will have to follow this. But if you're working in any other window, like if you click on this and click on add new window, so automatically it will add one more window with this, and it will be like, I'm just putting my middle mouse button and I'm panning it, the same as you do it in AutoCAD. Similarly, in this also you have the same thing. Like, this is the 3D view of the structure, right? And if you want it to be this is the 3D view of the thing, and these are the views in the columns in it. Here, if you want to change the stories, for example, if I'm going this edit option and I'm clicking on this edit stories and grid system, here I'm going to click on modify or show grid, show story data. So this dialog box will appear in front of you. You have the story. You can change the name, whatever the name you want. You can change the height, whichever height you want. You can change the base also, like 1.5. If I keep it as 1.5, it is going to add this elevation cumulative, like 1.5 plus 3, 4.5. 4.5 plus 3, 7.5. Likewise it is. And click OK. So just click OK over here. So it is going to, over here it is showing the section view suddenly, and here you are going to see the difference over here with the foundation. Press shift plus middle mouse button to rotate it. Press shift plus middle mouse button to rotate the C. Shift plus middle mouse button. Here, if you, by default, if it comes like this, just click on this arrow button. Click on up. Automatically the plan will appear in front of you. Now over here, what is this up and down arrow? Up and down arrow means it is going to move the to the floor. Here it is in the z is equal to 0, like we are on the grid. So if you move up, it will be moving to the story 1 base. First it is going to the base, that is 1.5 meter. Then again, if you move up, it's going to the story 1. So likewise, if you go down, same thing is going to happen below, like base. This is the thing. And here in this, if you in this 3D view, if you are, and if you want to see any other thing in this, so click on this plan elevation view. So it will be asking which elevation view you want to see. So click OK, just for this is just for knowing purpose. So you will be seeing the elevation view. Similarly, if you go with this elevation view, and here if you click on this elevation view, okay, yeah, if you want to back, if you want that 3D view to be back, then you click on this 3D. Just click here in this area, then you click on this 3D, then only it will change 3D. Otherwise, if you have clicked over here and if you by mistake click 3D, this will also become 3D. That is the thing. So click on this first, then click on plan, click OK. Automatically that story will be visible to you. So this was it for today's lecture, and we'll start from next lecture the project. Thank you.